May we call on Mr. and Mrs. Michael Sarkozi to present the Valedictorian medallion to Joanna here on the stage, please. That was proof why we need both parents to get that medallion over that bunny-shaped hat. Ladies and gentlemen, give a big round of applause to the valedictorian of the class of 2013, Miss Joanna Sarkozi.
Good evening. Thank you all for coming tonight to honor the Atlanta Community Schools graduating class of 2013. This is a very important night for us. After tonight, we will no longer be high school students. We'll be graduates. This is a change that is exciting, but it makes some of us very nervous. We especially want to thank our parents for all they have done for us throughout our lives, the big things and the little things. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you to all our teachers. You have taught us lessons beyond what the textbook could ever teach us. To our coaches, superintendents, principals, and other staff, thank you. You have taught us where the line is and have kept the expectations high throughout the years. And to our family and friends, thank you for standing by us and giving us the smile or word of encouragement just when we needed it most. We wouldn't be who we are without the influence of each and every one of you. If you are here tonight, you have had a unique impact on at least one of us and have contributed to who we are today. Thank you for your love and support, and thank you for being here tonight. We are not the same class that we were in kindergarten, and we are not the same individuals that we were in the year 2000. Even before we stepped into an Atlanta Community Schools classroom, we had already been experiencing change. But that first day of school was, for most of us, the biggest change so far. New faces filled the room, new voices and ideas filled our heads. For 11 members of the class of 2013, that first day of kindergarten was at the old school. The future graduating class of 2013 would be the last kindergarten class to meet at that old school. And so, in first grade, the move was made to the new school and some of the faces changed too, but many of the faces were the same and we were becoming like siblings. In 5th grade, we were separated into 2 classrooms. Perhaps our many ideas were just too much for one teacher to handle. Or perhaps it was our mix of personalities. But a year later, Mr. Valentine took the challenge of bringing us all back together as one classroom of 6th graders. What was crazy, though, is that for some reason the administration decided that they wanted to try something new and make the 6th grade part of the middle school. We remained in one classroom with Mr. Valentine, but we were surrounded by all those junior high and high school students. Needless to say, we were the only 6th grade class in Atlanta to try this out. So, in 7th grade, we were still the youngest students in the high school end of the building. We began changing classes each hour, and we learned a whole new meaning to writing. Mrs. Parsons expected 3 complete sentences in each paragraph, and at least 3 paragraphs in every essay. This change nearly put us over the edge. Where were we supposed to come up with the time to write that many words? Little did we know that we would write 3-paragraph essays, or little did we know that 3-paragraph essays were nothing compared to what we would be expected to write in high school. In 8th grade, the administration changed again. We no longer went to Mr. Kent or Mr. Mouch if we were in trouble, but now we went to Mrs. Stauffer. This was a change for the whole school. The expectations seemed to completely change. Most of us adjusted quickly and lived up to the newer high expectation. By now, we took changes in stride. In 9th grade, we were officially in high school. We had been in the high school end of the building for 3 years now and had been changing classes for 2 years. What we weren't expecting, though, was the new consequence for missing assignments. Saturday school was our own choice, we learned. We were told that if we choose not to complete an assignment, that we were choosing to spend Saturday morning in the library doing homework. The library was packed with students those first few Saturdays, but it was quiet. We decided it was best to turn in our homework on time, and soon the list of students with missing assignments was down to less than a handful each. Halfway through 9th grade, just when we were getting used to the new swing of things, the decision was made to start school at 7:30 a.m. and stay until 4:10 p.m. This was the price to pay so that we would have Fridays off every week. The days were long, but it was always fun to bring up the 4-day school week to students of other schools. Hey, want to hang out this Friday? Oh, sorry, I forgot you have school on Fridays, don't you? In 10th grade, more changes came. For those of us in track, we even joined a new team and became North Star League champions as Fairview Eagles. A generous grant from the Kellogg Foundation resulted in college classes being offered at the high school during the school day, and several of us took classes such as psychology, business math, blueprint reading, welding, or something else. Then 11th grade rolled around, and it was not a dull year by any means. There were more new coaches and teachers, another new athletic director, and yes, even a new superintendent/principal by the end of the year. The expectations were changing again, and we had yet another opportunity to choose how we would react to that change. Our senior year began with a switch back to a 5-day school week and shorter school days, plus many other changes and fresh starts. We had almost forgotten what it was like to have homework until that too was reinstated this year. That was a change that we had the choice to either adjust quickly or pay the consequences. As the expectations have changed, we have continuously adapted and strived for the best. Who would have ever expected that we would be the first class from Atlanta to go to Las Vegas for our senior trip? We worked hard and proved that we were mature enough to handle the trip, and I'm proud of you guys for that. So here we are, facing our biggest challenge yet. Are we ready for the next change? We have been taught to work independently, ask questions, and be creative. Now we must rely on what we've learned throughout the years to make important decisions for ourselves. When we go off to a new job, higher education, or the military, we're going to experience huge changes. The expectations will be completely different, but we are prepared for that because we've had to adjust to new expectations each and every year at Atlanta Community Schools. The big changes that will feel incredibly uncomfortable in the next few months will open new doors to incredible new opportunities. We should be excited to go and experience the world beyond Atlanta, yet thankful for the time we've had to learn and grow here. We are ready. Our community has prepared us well for our rapidly changing world. We'll have new employers, presidents, and neighbors. There will be changes that make us uncomfortable throughout our lives. Most of the changes we will experience will be beyond our control, and the only thing that we can control is how we will react to them. Perhaps the most valuable lesson we learned from our time in Atlanta is that change not only brings with it the opportunity to move forward, but it also brings with it the opportunity to grow in character. As John C. Maxwell has stated, change is inevitable, growth is optional. We are not just your average class of graduating seniors. We are the Atlanta class of 2013, and we are prepared for anything that this world may throw at us. Thank you.
At this time, we're going to have our DVD presentation.
It's all right.